two, I decided to end the first one because there was too many pauses in it. You guys can still go and look at it later. I did put it public so that you all could see it. Give me 1 second. Just want to make sure we're good and clear. 1 second. Okay. So as I was saying, it was too many breaks in the other one, and it was already going way long. So I thought it would be better if I just end that and then pick up the reading. Okay. So I invite you to go look at the first part. There's a similar title, and it has a similar kind of like beauty thumbnail for the picture. Okay. So as we were saying, they were told that they were not money hungry, that they were not, in something for money, that they didn't break up with somebody because of money, that they were not poor because maybe somebody lied and said that Feminine didn't have anything. And depending on who it was, when Feminine broke up, she had money, she had a job, so that could have been a lie. So she could have also been told that these people was like purposefully hiding the red flag, but Feminine wasn't somebody that was just money hungry, busted and disgusted, whatever the lie was. Okay. And then over here again, she was here to remove obstacles. When she realized that people was treating her a certain kind of way and trying to get her in like a trauma bond situation by just cutting her off and then trying to like come back, and like she knew, she picked up on that, and that there was love there, that people knew she had a big heart, and they were playing on that. Yeah, but that she has heart. Whatever this is about Feminine is for the heart, whether it's relationships or what she does. Like, she's not somebody like everybody else out here just doing something because it's trending, just doing something to get attention, just doing something, you know what I'm saying, for some money, just, pygmisha, thirsty, going for niggas, you know what I'm saying? That ain't the case. That wasn't the case. That people has been retaliating against her life for a long time because she closed out cycles with people as she started learning her goddamn lessons. She closed out a lot of shit. The path was illuminated and she was guided to do so because people were plotting against her anyway. People were petty, immature, so she was guided to move away, but she became a guide to help people navigate through situations with immature people or people that were distorted witches and warlocks, because of what I have over here. People who was heavily manipulative, egotistical, tried to keep her in confusion, tried to make it seem like they dumb and crazy, or trying to drive them crazy. So she became a guide to help people activate their own senses here. That people have got an issue with you, and they're sitting there trying to cover up that shit. They're sitting up here trying to confuse you. They're trying to keep you in a state of indecision. So she could have been told that feminine had people fucking with her head and her life and trying to block her with spell work because she's an influencer, and it could have been other influencers that did not, like the fact that she was activating people to know how to navigate through bullshit. Okay. She could also said that the magic won't work. Ah, good gravy. That go ahead, this won't be smart. This will be a dumb move. This will be a dumb move. This will be a dumb move. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Here it is. Angel of Balance is right behind her. Angel of Balance with the woman holding the heart. It's right behind her. That her team is gonna kick in, bitch. Keep trying to play the head games with her and retaliate and all shit, using your giftings in this way to fuck with her is gonna end bad. It's gonna end bad because she is the master of this shit. What she gonna end up doing is exposing. It's just gonna perpetuate her enlightenment. She's already died. She is a master of endings. And she got some back in there, baby. Okay? That all this unkind energy that she has absorbed, that's going to end up exposing this cult and anybody who play in their damn energy with their little spell work. That's what she told, this practitioner told her, like, it's going to be exposed. It's going to be exposed. Look it, deceit is in the reverse. She's truth. Deceit is in the reverse. And then the community is going to know the truth, and or their deceit is going to be exposed. Ooh wee, child. Because feminine was here to expose how people, by way of her experience, how there are many folks. So she's here to help people find their way in that. How there are many people who will be wearing these labels, and they will have these reputations in society. They will be calling themselves Christians. They will be calling themselves, Buddha. They'll be calling themselves spiritualists. They'll be calling themselves divine. They'll be calling themselves all things pure, but have double lives and dark secrets. Abusers. How people have been using God as a whipping post, or the belief of such. How people have used religion and all of these things as control and some kind of whipping post. How people, passive aggressive manipulators who are sociopathic, will be sitting there talking Jesus and the Lord and in the prayer closet and all this shit by day, and then they'll be meeting up with their cult members by night to do a sacrifice on some disabled person. So no. She ain't into that. But that she's legit. She's legit. She has heart. And though confusion, I can see that. She could have been like, confusion only lasts so long with these feminines because they're being guided. Because their heart And the angel of balance comes in, and there's that strength, victory, strength. She busts through it. Child. Woo. So let me keep going. Second column. As I stated on the previous video, the consolation prize is not for everybody. They didn't all get one. Okay. But some of them that crafty, they're crafty. And so, she could have advised this person to leave her alone, leave these feminines alone, or people are trying to silence her. Yeah, that she shouldn't try to fight you. Ooh, child. I got Pharaoh in the reverse. Like, She's a legend. Don't do it. She got heart. Podcast, like, don't do it. Jealous. Ooh, there it is. So she brought out this, whoever this person is, if they must have hit, if this is them. Okay. They're like, no, People are jealous of this person. Okay. In some cases, folks will drastically cut them off and drastically cut off the feminine because they're trying to keep her in some kind of trauma and trauma cycles. And she just knows how to heal her heart. And in part, it was through her creation. It's called alchemy, giving herself a voice to what people have done. Because the thing about abusive relationships is just that. Talking to them is like asking for the biggest, unending, unyielding migraine headache, okay, that nothing can soothe, because they're not going to, it's a shit show. It's a circus shit show. It's a game. And in some cases, if you're too intelligent and you know how to ask certain questions, they're going to want to hurry up and shut you down and basically avoid, because they know you're intelligent and they know you know how to ask certain types of questions. And so then they just shut it down altogether, avoid, won't talk to you, ghost you because of it. So feminine said, very well. I will honor my experience because I have a right to do that. This is not about going on a lynch mob. This is about, this is my life and this is my experience. And I'm healing through it. I'm going to share it. And other people may be able to later in life do the same, because ain't nobody telling you this shit on a keeping it real status. Not before you gonna pay a good $500 first. Narcissist, didn't I say it, nigga? Feminine's no narcissist. She's been dealing with narcissists. A bunch of narcissists that's retaliating against her because they couldn't keep her in a state of confusion and indecision. People that couldn't make up their mind about her, chances are as well. People who had went around saying that they were crazy, only later to Feminine made choices when she was put in positions, given no choice. She wasn't fighting for shit. She wasn't looking for fights. She didn't provoke fights. And she's definitely not fighting for shit, for people, places, and things. Okay? When shit is clear that these people are trying to keep her in a state of confusion. She was told that this cult, chances are that hired her, was in another cult and got kicked out. And that cult leader was claiming possibly that feminine was, the reader possibly said it's the cult leader. And they're wanting retaliation because feminine is the illuminator. People are going to discover that she cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. It's crazy, the bitch crazy. It's crazy. Because look, anybody with some sense, look, hey, don't be mad now. Because when we start sitting down and getting over ourselves, getting over our emotions, getting over our personal vendettas and preferences and whatever else, when we sit down and get real, and we start asking the questions, like, well, this, yeah, bitch. Because damn, regular people ain't going around the U.S. trying to hire people to do shit to their relatives and shit. Not regular. Like, it got to be something seriously wrong. Regular people don't do that. They not fencing to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars, even though it's stolen money, don't belong to them. But still, they're not about to. Not regular people. Even if they have an issue, listen to me, it doesn't matter. Even if they are at odds and they have an issue, and feminine is the proof of that. Or they wouldn't be here. Her people wouldn't be here then. Understood? If that's the case. Yeah, self-care. Yeah. Look it. People gave her no choice. Like what feminine does, like who she is. People have a lot of questions about her. And it's this woman, these women have dealt with so many narcissists. So many people trying to fuck with their head, trying to cause confusion, trying to drive them crazy. Don't want them to have no options to be able to take care of themselves. So they make decisions. And they're helping people to do the same. Like, learn how to care for yourself. Please learn how to care for yourself and know that that ain't a bad word. And this is not just physically, but it's energetically and it's spiritually. Please learn how to do it, because people will come to you and they will fuck you over. Everybody ain't what we think. I'm telling y'all. People will fuck you over in a New York minute. Okay? People are on that stuff. They will exploit your vulnerabilities, and this is what feminines learned. Like, people ain't what you think they are anymore. You gotta be really careful. Because loving people don't conduct like none of this shit. Especially not your supposed relatives. Okay? She ain't crazy. People had issues. She became some kind of guide. And it made some of them feel stupid with this tinfoil. But that's not what she was trying to do. You see that? Isn't that funny? Because she could be clowning. See, the feminine could be a shit. She could be no joke with that. It's like, nigga, It's like, dang, nigga. Like, where'd that come from? She looks square as hell. Where'd that shit come from? Cuz. Yeah, a cult leader. It's a cult leader, bitch. Bitch narcissist cult. Ass whooping. Land back. Oh, look. Woo, child. Look, huh? Maybe this reader wanted to know the story of feminine with her relatives and what happened or some shit like that. And this shit, this ain't even it. Feminine ain't starting no shit. Feminine did not start no shit with these motherfuckers. Hell, she didn't even retaliate. She didn't even retaliate. She knew people were retaliating against her for whatever reason as she was on this illuminated path and closed out these cycles and started talking about it. She started talking about narcissism and her experience and, that this person was a narcissistic bitch. And the things that she did to her when she didn't have no other choices because only a cowardly cunt of a nigga bitch is going to beat somebody when they're down and seek to violate them even further, them and their children, when they don't have any other options in life. That's a cowardly whore nigga bitch. And I will say that in front of whoever I need to, if granted the opportunity. Shit, for people trying to say me, and people gonna say, I won't say yes to fuck. Just give me the opportunity, nigga. And then I'll say it, bitch. I will say it with je ne sais quoi. Yeah. Ooh, I have a billionaire and then yummy in the reverse. Ooh. So I don't know if the person got kicked out of a previous cult. This could have been also revenge on her. See, the feminine may not have all the facts in the physical, but her existence and her being a guide has done something. And this cult leader, which could very well be her relative or, someone connected to her relatives, was taking revenge. They're narcissists. But people could have been trying to say she was, but that's a classic narc move. They do all sorts of shit. They antagonize you. They terrorize you. They sabotage you. They fuck with your money, your life. They break all kinds of laws in secret because they got connections in low places. And then, in the face of the public, then go around saying, she's a narcissist. She's retaliating against me because I'm Miss America. Because I am a white woman. She's because I have this famous man in my life and shit, and she's just really so. Oh, your fantasy, dear. Have it been your fantasy for so long, huh? Child. What else was she told about feminine? I know, go see how she was guided. I'm almost certain she guided this person. Don't do it. You can do it. And it may confuse her a little bit, but this thing it ain't gonna sit. Ooh, she was told about 3 men. I have King of Cups or a King of Cups because the King of Cups is clarifying the first column. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But she could have told her that there is three men that's in regret, or that this King of Cups possibly regretted, because it says all living in regret. Yeah, they regretted assaulting her, or if this was somebody that they had asked to do stuff as well, like they regretted it. Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second. I just got to check on something real quick. Okay, yeah, there it is. But let me get back to it. I feel sorry for their kids. I feel sorry for anything and anybody who allows themselves to have any type of relationship at all with these motherfuckers. Because they about to get hell, bitch. It's already begun. Seven of Wands in the reverse, spiritually demoted, too many violations. Okay, so feminine is legit. Feminine was not blocked or closed off. Feminine was not attacking, you know, people for the sake of attacking people. Um, these men, including whoever the King of Cups is that came out, they regret if they were once hating on feminine and eliciting all their friends, families, lovers, exes, everybody from Texas, like they end up regretting it, or that they will regret it, because it says all living in regret. So either that they do regret, or that they will end up regretting it. Child. Mm. They will end up regretting it. They will end up thinking of her with that reminiscing after they possibly go through hell of a life, bitch. After they lose everything and shit, and the karmics whip their ass across the sky. Because that's what they do. They get entangled with this energy, and woof. It's fun at first. It's a high, it's a thrill, it's exciting, you know, for a while. And, because the shared hatred of the feminine. And so that's like a real high for everybody. And, watching her go through the maze and troubles and all that, that's a high for everybody for a while. It's like, woo, look at us. We are the misfits, the misfits. We're gonna get her. We are the misfits. Our songs are better. Yeah. It says, baggage be gone. With the Knight of Swords, clarifying the middle column, she could have said people are angry with this lady because she's speaking the truth on her podcast. She is expressing her pain and her anger, letting go of baggage in her life. People fake, people trying to hurt her, people poisoning her, fake friends with this Knight of Cups reverse. Yeah, because they didn't, they didn't want to let her go, but didn't want to be right by her. They wanted her to be somebody that would clench and hold on and sit like on a shelf and wait and pine and chase. And feminine was like, Negroes, friends, family, all of them. She was like, sure, I ain't doing that. I don't care if you don't think I'm shit. I don't need you to. I don't need you to. Yeah, Five of Swords. Okay. So she could have told her something about the truth of what went down and shit with her relationship because people were interfering. Like feminine knew this Five of Swords energy that people was talking about her, that people were gossiping, that people were meddling, that people and then was smiling in her face at the same time, which is it's insulting. But and this is how you know people ain't legit too. People talk about how down, how real, how the real deal holy feel and keep it 100. They ain't keep it 100% false. Because they be sitting up there acting like they ain't fully talking to the psychopathic motherfuckers that's offered them some money so they get them escalate. It says, new masculine loves feminine. They may even told this lady, especially with the heart chakra being here in the upright, that the man actually did. Now, ain't that some shit? Because remember, I told some of y'all on some old videos, like, the twist to some of this shit is crazy. Like, these be people who were going in from the beginning with hidden dishonor. They were on an assignment. And some, not all of them, sometimes what happens is over time or something happens when they get to know the feminine or get close enough, their heart get activated or something. Not all of them do. Okay, some of them they was gone and it's a done data. But some of them hearts get activated because of her energy, so their heart chakra will be activated because she's bringing that energy. You see it. Their heart chakra would be activated and they may have to keep that a secret. They may have to squelch it because they're on assignment. They were sent in with the purpose. That wasn't one of them. It was supposed to be just to trick the feminine. Okay, so feminine did love. If she wondered if the feminine loved, the answer was yes. And as was this guy or whoever, they ended up caring that they just hit it. But they had too much baggage, especially with that Five of Swords energy. Air signs could be involved. A lot of air so far and a lot of water. It was too much because it said he needed to, masculine loves her, but he must learn. He must learn about interference. So, not allowing your family, your friends, your exes, your fuck buddies, your work buddies, ego even, because interference could also just apply to their petty ways. Like if he was egotistical and he was used to a certain, let's just say if he was used to a certain way, okay, up to that point. So people may have had a tendency to like super duper kiss his ass, man. Because he had money, because, whatever it was, either he had money or he knew how to steal it. Shit. It's the same thing, no. I mean, And, he could have been handsome. Yeah, oh, come on now. Y'all know how that goes. Shit. Huh? Shit, whoop. And so, so he could have been, yeah, nigga, please. So he could have been used to, shit. People, he the commodity. People, as he would have said, and actually as he possibly told feminine at some point, women throwing they draws, they panties at him. Feminine sitting somewhere like, really ain't that deep. It ain't because I like it, it's just that. But that should give a little bit understanding of possibly what irritated the hell out of him in the reading. And why he would have went to possibly this same practitioner amongst others to do shit to her. Because feminine, again, she wouldn't allow herself to be trauma bonded. They were trying to create a trauma bond. She know the game because that's where she came from. She know the game. She had already been through it 1,000 trillion times. So she can smell it. And that messed up the program. Look at major changes in a negative way. Yeah, Ace of Cups. In the reverse. People were sad to lose her. They made her sad. And she expressed this through her, in a creative art. Yep, Ace of Cups. Yes, to have good times. Yeah. Queen of Swords, she's intelligent. People needed to stop listening to folks telling them who they need to cut off, like she's the baggage. The baggage wanted to call the not baggage because they knew if the not baggage was to stay with the individual, then that individual would realize what baggage was and then decided to get rid of what the real baggage was. Someday somebody gonna catch what I just said with that. Classic move. We think you need yeah, we think she just drama and, she's, she's traumatized and she's drama, or she's, she might be here just for your money, or, we think you need to cut her off. She's got too much baggage. Shit, her crazy ass family is the baggage on top of, oh yeah, they are. Ten of Swords in the reverse, family of liars and thieves and whores. Feminine realized that people was just hell-bent on trying to keep her in this state of trauma and harsh, painful endings, betrayal, by stealing from her. Stealing in the form of time, energy, opportunities, money, all of it. So feminine cuts this shit out in order to pull these knives out of her back, Ten of Swords reverse. And that people then started coming hard for her because, again, how dare you rise after I'm not in your life? How dare you rise? Because we were talking amongst our low-lifey selves and shit, and we were predicting that after we get you betrayed and a broken heart, have somebody ghost you on Christmas, that you're going to spiral and you're going to walk away from any stability or anything that you've created for yourself. And then we get to say and feel good while we say, see, they're a loser. They're unstable. They don't want to do anything. And when that didn't happen, this is why people then start hiring, outsourcing to many to do extra things than what was already being done. They utilized the environments that feminine had to be in, infiltrating her work, infiltrating her business, doing anything and everything that they could. Okay? So this practitioner was told, nah, feminine, she's intelligent, Queen of Swords in the upright, baby. She's smart. So whatever the fuck they told you, she's smart. She see through people's bullshit. And so that's why people's karmic friends and family will always have a fucking problem with her. Because just y'all gotta just be real here now. If your friends and family are toxic and they have benefited off of their toxicity, off of you, I have to inform you that yes, they are going to have a problem with anyone who's a true seer and not an ass kisser or a compromiser. If this person is not something they can control and manipulate, they are absolutely going to come together to figure out how to fuck that up. They don't care if you're with every karmic walking. They don't even care if you're with a fucking crook. They don't care. As long as they got a good paying job or some good money or some good, thieving strategies. They don't care. Especially if those women are willing to kiss their ass and buy shit for their kids and, they benefit off of it. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, last column. So they could have said that these people were codependent. Over here with retaliation and guide, that they didn't want the feminine to have success, or this person could have lost their business and wanted to take it out on feminine. They didn't like her independence, or they was still in her business ideas and could have sold it to a billionaire or something like that. That's this cult. That she didn't have any support. Like feminine did not have the support of her family. That these people were trying to make sure that she didn't have support out of revenge. It says feminine has supportive energy surrounding her, so that this retaliatory energy is to make sure of it. It had nothing to do with anything feminine did. It's narcissistic energy over here. This is a kicked out cult member that started their own shit. A narcissistic bitch. And once again, feminine's exes, that this whore or somebody within the circle has tendencies to involve feminine's lovers. We had the King of Cups leading on the first column with 3 men listed on there. It says 1, 2, 3. 3 again in the reverse. Feminine's exes, let's just say ... It's going in the reverse. Over here, this could be a situation where, once again, retaliation on the feminine with the exes initially, then when the exes, if and when they unravel themselves from it, some deep shit. Like feminine healed. Feminine healed behind all this stuff. They kept trying to keep her in a state of needing to heal, but she's over it. Three of Swords reverse. She over it. She's over what happened with the Cold family, crazy toxic killer lady. She's over it. She's over whatever she did, fucking niggas. Feminine is, yeah, she's over. Three of Swords. She's over it. In reverse. Because some people, they so damn surface, you can talk to them long enough, you'll figure it out. They're 1,000 years old and they're still talking like they're stuck on the 12th grade. She just jealous because her man wanted me. The men all pause as I walk into the room. The men all pause. Okay. Yeah, you put a shit ton of spells, bitch. It ain't hard. That ain't deep. And you got an incubus and succubus on your ass, Jezebelian whore. Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, feminine's over it. Queen of Cups. She started loving on herself in the upright. She started loving on herself. She realized that her people, her own people, was willing to do any and everything to hurt her, was willing to, and she's over it. These energies also, this cult leader or past cult leader, again, could have been pissed because she did all of that and these men possibly end up leaving or cheating, leaving, something happens at some point. Maybe they betray these men because that's usually when the light bulb comes on. As long as they're in the honeymoon phase or the love bombing phase, they got their head so far up the ass of these motherfuckers, it don't make sense. But once that, they get on that abuse side of that cycle, on that discarding phase, some of them, not all of them, because some of them stupid, some of them are masochists to the bone. But some of them start to say, okay, I see, so feminine was right, basically, because I'm living this shit. So she wasn't crazy, after all. Then I have a King of Pentacles coming out here, and it says something about feminine's father. Feminine's father or a father figure. Good gravy, God. She could have even lied to this person, to convince them to not support feminine. Ooh-wee. Feminine could have illuminated, like, what that person was really about and what they're really on. And their true motivations for their seemingly helpful self. What these people do to sick folks, Four of Swords, what they're willing to do. Saying the feminine was crazy, saying she was sick, could have lied to somebody and said that she was sick. Lied to her exes. And she had no business. See, people need to, the answer is in the context. It's funny how people got to go get readings on this shit. It's in the context. You meet a bitch and a nigga. They're a cult. There's your thing number one. Ding, ding, ding. 2. They're the family member, relative, an estranged one. No, okay? The answer is in the context. That trips me out. That's something off. Yeah. This person likes to get with folks that hates on the feminine. So they been recruiting people where something came to an end, or they would influence people to do that, claiming that she was crazy, doing stuff to stress her out behind the scene. And then if there is signs of stress and anxiety, people are ignorant, signs of stress and anxiety, then they can go around saying, see, because they know people ignorant, they know people shallow, they know folks ain't, they don't have a clue about what's being done. Yeah. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Elites. Yeah. Elites being demoted for too many violations. Yeah. So she got in some kind of trouble. She got kicked out. She turned out to not be wish fulfillment, or they ended up losing. She couldn't fulfill maybe the contract fully, or it just turned out to not just be worth it, or something like that. Too much of more of a liability than a benefit. Okay, that's what happened, and this is why this person started their own little club and trying to get as many as people as they can to do what they were not able to accomplish. And they figured if they did a concentrated effort of several practitioners, along with corrupt authority, police, along with infiltrating their space, and all these laws that are being broken. By the way, just thought I'd add that in there. But that would ensure. I don't know why she thought that, because she was already told too, possibly by the cult nigga, possibly by the very cult they originated in. Good gravy. Like, look, Six of Swords. Feminine realizes nobody can stop her. Not even heartache, because see, they're coming for her heart. It only pisses her off. That's that's all. It pisses her off. And it pissed her ancestors off. That's all this shit does. And that's why people's families and shit started. It's like, look, you were dealing with the Black Widow. This was going to happen to you anyway. You made a deal with the devil, so it was inevitable, one way or the other. It was going to happen to you anyway, by default. They Black Widows, baby. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Feminine stepfather is a coward. See, I said this before. They could have lied to this man, or because he's kind of cowardly, or he don't stand up, or they could have convinced him. Oh, they lied to him about why feminine left. Oh, they lied to him. Ooh. So they can take something from her. Six of Pentacles in the reverse, because what they took. They lied about being unfair to her, or stealing something from her. They ain't finna tell. I don't know why people think folks is just gonna tell you. I'm concerned for humanity. I'm concerned. To me, it's in the context. So you have a situation before you where there's some questions that these people are in a cult, a toxic cult that do weird, toxic, crazy, nasty shit, but they're Christians. And so they're a part of a secret society in which they sacrifice motherfuckers, and they do know about energy, but they keep this from people. They have had lifelong jealousy seething deep within their soul, they have spent 10 years trying to manufacture over and over tragedy, breaking the law, attempting to set up, steal, and you believe that you are going to have a conversation with them where they feel comfortable to admit. You will never view them the same, and they know that. And they also know that it's risky to do so, because it's, in this case, they've done criminal activity. It's not something petty, it's actual criminal. So they're intelligent. They know that there's a possibility that this could actually work against them. You can sit there with a smile and a coffee and talk about how much they can trust you all you want. Okay? They're not stupid. They can tell. They know folks ain't gonna see them saying after telling them, yeah, I paid hitmen. Yeah, sure, I paid people. Yeah, I'm that fucked up. Now, you wanna go on a vacation? Wanna go for drinks tonight? They're not stupid. Yeah. They lied. They could have even lied about being honorable or doing the right thing. They lied about maybe feminine doing something just for attention, because, she's just doing that for attention because she don't have, woo-de-woo. Because, nobody won't, yeah. They lied. They could have also lied about feminine stealing or taking something. They also lied about their wins with this Six of Wands, and the feminine illuminated that with the guide. They lied about how they were getting success, honey. These people who seem to, air quote, have sudden luck, or came across some certain sum of money, or they got a house or a property. They lied about it. Yes, they did. And the feminine illuminated, and that's where some of this retaliation is coming from. Okay. All right, let me hurry up and wrap it up. Been here way longer than I wanted to be. Let's get what was she advised. Okay, we get that she was given maybe a backdrop about feminine and her relationships with family and lovers. Okay, so she could have been given the lowdown. Feminine was legit, so she's not a karmic, she's not a fake, blase, blase. That feminine is some kind of guide with exposing narcissists and helping people to tap in their own shit to heal their way through in their own unique way. Because it ain't an easy feat, I can tell you that right now. It's a thing behind that shit. It ain't easy. There's some things, there's some entities. And them entities know who feminine is. They know. loathe her entirely. This is why they hop on people who are susceptible, and these people often can't give you no real legit nothing as to why they hate her. That's why. Them things is like, because you see through the illusion, bitch, and that's the problem. Problem before I get up. We ain't doing this, messing this shit up. Okay, so what was the Karmic practitioner, what was her guidance and advice in terms of if she asks, should I continue on? Should I proceed? I don't like her, or, I feel whatever, like, what happens if I decide I just want to keep going with my, what I do? And maybe even getting some other people to maybe come in and help me. Okay? Let's see. I'm going to use a different one here real quick. How would this karmic practitioner end up feeling in the end, the outcome, if they persist? Frightened, it said, and sad. It would end up frightened, sad. We'll get the clarification on why they would end up frightened or sad. Oh, because, and it fell on my phone, frightened, sad, because they're going to discover how brave the feminine is, or something like that. Or shit is going to become very difficult, or that she has support. Okay? They may even discover that feminine is brave and friendly, and that other people are discovering that. Wow, like it's like two guys here, or three. 1, 2, 3. She possibly will be supported. Ooh-wee. Ooh. Scared. Bored. There's something about it. That even if she tried to be brave through it and get some support herself, that they will end up getting scared and panicked. Because that's what that can be too. Like, maybe it's like you'll end up frightened and sad, and then you're going to try to be brave and get some support, and then you all are going to get scared. Ooh-wee. Disappointed. Anxious. Because it depends on what they're sending. So whatever their stuff is, so if they keep trying to do stuff to make her sad or frightened or scared, then this is something that's going to end up amplifying. If they keep trying to stop her joy, affect her joy, to make her anxious, that's what's going to end up happening to them as they persist. They're going to become anxious. They're going to become scared. They're going to lose it. It's not going to be enjoyable very long, or anything that brings them joy is going to start to go in the reverse. Okay, let's clarify and we're done. The outcome, scared, that's the last card. Okay, what's the outcome then? Clarifying that, scared. As they persist on attacking the honorable feminine. Ooh, heavy card to be the lead. It hit the phone. It says end in ruin, 10 of Swords. Look. I guess. Well, they keep trying to ruin feminine, so maybe they keep trying 10 more times, or they'll have 10 years. This could be that they're going to have to go through a whole cycle of ruin, because tens often represent something that's been going on a long time, but it could also represent cycles. This could also be a generational curse. 10 generations, 10 months, 10 years of ruin. So that, what that really looks like is possibly, I don't want to get too deep into it because, let's see, clarify. Oh. Why ruin is the outcome for them if they persist with scared? Why is Ten of Swords coming out as ruin, as a consequence? Because of how they use their gifts? Ooh, boy. Because what they were trying to do to a gift and how they use their gifts. Ten of Swords with Ace of Pentacles. This could also be a gift of theirs. Oh, see, that's, conflict. Yep. They're gonna have generations of struggle, either generations or cycles where they're gonna have a struggle with their own gifts or a struggle with offers here with this strife. And yep, and a tower, just towers, fights, towers. Oh, they're gonna also have a hard time building relationships. Will come to an end. Their business, and there's the world. Yep, there it is. Strife, the world. They're gonna deal with a lot of pettiness, arguments, ruin. Yeah, maybe even some abusive stuff. They're gonna be angry because I have the King of Wands coming into the reverse. That's loss of confidence. That's loss of gifts. Because that could be a loss if they abused it. Loss of confidence, loss of gifts, loss of courage. In a situation where they're abused even, they may end up, ooh, because this is essentially all the energy that's they invested in with their gift. They invested in strife. They've invested in causing chaos. They've invested in trying to cause endings. They've invested in abuse with their magic. So they're going to reap that for possibly 10 years or 10 generations. Yep, the devil is going to stay attached to them. There it is. They're going to keep reaping toxic people, toxic niggas, with addictions and attachments here, obsessions, and that they will never evolve into Empress and the upright. Empress is in the reverse, which is a karmic Empress that had potential to be in their sovereign energy, but chose not to. They chose not to. They may have to deal with people's toxic baby mamas as well. Oh, shit. Obsessed people that's toxic and they're going to maybe suffer abuse. This ain't cute. But we're asking if these people got guidance, they went to a reader and they decide that they're going to do differently. Wow. High Priestess is in the reverse. That's their, that's that narcissistic, distorted magic here. The devil. High Priestess is in the reverse. They're going to lose their gifts. They're going to lose them things that's going to attach to it. Secrets are going to be exposed. They won't be able to ascend. I have the Hermit in the reverse. This is a curse, 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 curse. Because of what they chose to keep doing. I told you, and it comes out, Empress reverse. That's a that's distortion. So in other words, an Empress in the reverse is also implying not able to heal. An Empress in the upright is somebody that has mastered the 4 elements in the feminine, and they are healers, they're nurturers, they, you know what I'm saying? In the reverse is not going to be able to recover from the spell work. Not going to be able to recover. High Priestess reverse, Empress reverse, Devil, because they keep conjuring. These are people who possibly are working with the devil, but conjuring these entities and abusing their shit. This is going to be something that they're not going to recover from for generations. 10. Good gravy. 10 cycles. It don't have to be it could be 10 cycles of 3. I think it's 3s and 4s of the cycles. It could be, 10 cycles of 3 or 4 that this, or 10 years. Oh. And it ain't gonna never end. Death in the reverse, because they refuse to transform. They're not gonna be able to transform it. They're not gonna be able to recover from this stuff. They might even lose money. Now I got the King of Pentacles in the reverse. I got King of Wands reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, Empress reverse. Like, these people gonna lose their shit eventually. If they did have, like, it's gonna be bankruptcy in the mix. People gonna possibly betray them to sell their own, to save their own ass here. With the Hanged Man in the reverse, they're never gonna get any insight to things, or people aren't gonna be able to see things from their perspective. Hierophant in the reverse. Yeah, they may, unforgivable. Source ain't having it. Unforgivable. Final judgment. You know what I'm saying? Corruption. Because, for their cruelty. So they're going to reap cruelty. Look at that. Because that's cruelty. Doing shit to people's kids and thinking your kids shouldn't be touched is the definition of mental problems. That's the ball. It's mental problems. You got to be gone. You have to be gone. Cruelty, voodoo dolls, they're going to be taunted possibly by ancestors, collective ancestors, and if they have any evolved ones, this is what's going to come of them. I don't know what's wrong with humans. Because to me, this shit is basic. It's like, if I want to poke on voodoo dolls and shit. And I want to poke on somebody's kid to say, I shouldn't be crying like a little bitch. When all of a sudden I get up and I look up, what's wrong, little kid? What's wrong is your mammy is a nut. Your mammy and daddy ain't got the good sense of the Lord, since they love using that kind of language. They sitting here poking on some innocent, disabled person like they ain't got no damn sense. And sitting here puppeteering some shit. They ask for this shit, nigga. Some people just don't make sense of things. They just can't. I remember one time I was asking, I was just in sincerity too. Wasn't even trying to be like jokey and sassy. It was one time I was just sitting in stillness and quiet. I wasn't agitated. I wasn't triggered. My emotions were not, high and all of those things. Because, when we're that way, it's hard to tell what's what. It was moments of like when I was calm and grounded and in stillness. And I I sincerely wanted to know, like not even to be funny, pertaining to my situation, um, pertaining to the folks that involved themselves, in the apartment complex in which my son is. Especially the ones above them. Yep. And I remember going within, I was like, And I asked, I said, what's really wrong? Not all this, but I was trying to go somewhere with that. Not all the bullshit. Not the bullshit. Not, the friends, the lovers, the money, the offers, not that. Like, what's wrong? For real. The core. And I asked it because when you get an opportunity to when people have made sure to try to force proximity to you or your children in that way, you get the benefit of it. The silver lining is you do get a view. You get a view of what is possibly like this person, like And I did because it was one of those times where I was like, you can't. I was trying to troubleshoot, and I was like, nah, man. What's wrong? That's disturbing. Like because what I've experienced is, to me, I find it to be disturbing about a person. That's me. I'm not talking about like disturbing me. I find the behavior to be disturbing, alarming. One of the things that came through, I might do a reading on that and maybe save it for that, because I just sincerely wanted to know, because I'm like, I've dealt with a lot of shit. So I'm like, Yeah, they're gonna end up disappointed. They're gonna end up so disappointed. Lose money, lose men, lose strength. Five of Cups is here. They're gonna end up in depression and sadness, and then there's justice is in the upright, and that's gonna be karmic justice, because that's what they invested in creating. Okay, all of this on the board is essentially, if y'all wanted to like look at it from a bird's eye view and look at it from everything that the person has done and invest in, if you're honest, then it's basically everything that they were hired to do. It's everything that they invested in, whether that was gossip, smear campaigns, plotting. Like, it involves the entirety of what they chose to continue to pursue. So when it comes to let me count. I'm just curious. Let me see. I'm so curious here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just curious. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Shit, the meridians, the shit, nigga, 12, because we got 12 meridians. Shit, the meridians is how the chi flow, bitch, through the organs. But anyway, let me stop being silly. For some of you, the 12 represents by December. This could be a court case because of their cruel behavior. A court case, this could be something that's going to lead to some big time sorrow and sadness here. They may, with it in reverse, they may end up losing their children indefinitely if they have children. Like to maybe someone, or a relative, or the system or something. Because yeah. Because that stuff may start making them fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You can only do this shit for so long. Before it takes over, before the devil that's right here in the middle, before that thing run your ass. Got your whole consciousness. For others of you, it may be a year of suffering with that ruin. A year. They may end up going through a whole year of fuck shit. 10 of Swords, 5 of Wands, strife, ending, arguments, toxicity, attachments. Hybrid just reverse. People spell work. Motherfuckers spell work on them, bitch. Getting sick, Empress reverse, can't recover. King of Pentacles reverse, loss of all of the stability, materialism and obsessions and immaturity here. Motherfuckers that came out of but like to floss and shit, bitch. Stress, mental needles. This could be indication that they may go crazy too. Nine of Swords is sometimes it's a mental health. So that cruelty of attacking the mental health of feminine and her children, it will be reaped. Yeah, trying to make her go crazy or attacking her at night or her children at night. They may end up feeling like they can't go to sleep because they're going to be tortured. Good gravy. Or their kids may wake up with nightmares or something because it is a doll here. It's fucked up. This shit is fucked up. But so is the shit they've been doing to feminine and these disabled people and her children. And so it is. Because that's what, believe it or not, this cult leader that they were trying to get initiated in and so forth, that's their destiny right here. It's on the board. They mama, they sibling, it's here, it's all on the board. King of Wands could be a woman, and so could the King of Pentacles. It's just the masculine form. This they destiny right here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Some of them know it too. So that's why they're outsourcing. That's why they're outsourcing and training up motherfuckers, because they know they're done. It's no fixing they shit. And guess what? When you know ain't no fixing your shit, then you feel like you don't have nothing to lose. And so it also puts you in this energy of you'll lie to people. You don't care, especially because we're talking about people that's fucked up. So you don't care about, that you basically are hiring and recruiting people to ruin their lives the same way you done fucking ruined yours. That's the bottom line. And you don't care. You're just hoping to be a problem and to cause as much problems as you can for however long. Knowing that you can't even really get to the goal, you knew it from the beginning. And you ain't gonna tell these people that. Anyway. But go ahead and let them ruin their lives. For generations. This is a curse. It's a curse. Offering people shit to cause problems. And using one's giftings to do so because one is jealous of someone else's giftings. It's a curse. And yeah, it's a curse. I ain't even gonna play. Cause them things gonna fall. It's gonna follow them. Child. Well, this is what will happen as they persist. And this is not fear-mongering either. Because listen, here's the deal. Some of them are going to do this anyway. That's their fate. That's their fate. They're going to persist, and it is their fate to live that out. Child, let me put this up. They is upset, bitch. They went to the reader, and the reader then gave them the full shebang bang. Because that co-leader showed the fuck didn't tell them the truth. But the answer is in the context again. You're trying to apply for a crazy toxic killer group. And you want there to be morals and integrity, you say? Okay. The answer is in the context. Okay, so let's see what guidance is for the collective, and we're done. I said that like 3 times already, but we're done. And I may come back if I have time and do a reading on like what's really the deal with these karmics, the ones that are, you know, into this kind of crazy shit and going to that extent to put their whole life on the line and their whole family, because that's essentially what this is. They're putting their life on the line, their children, anything close to them that matters. So there's got to be something deeper there. There's got to be, because like, whoa. And by the way, let me pause real quick just to say for the portion of that reading where these people tried to convince like extended family members that the collective was just upset because somebody don't want to offer them something, or somebody, they don't have any support or something like that. Well, let me just enlighten you a little bit. The collectives of feminines could have had good and plenty. We do have support, but just to answer the question, that's not truth. The truth is this. Collective is upset because they're lying cunts. Period. The collective is upset because folks know full well they have been interfering in our lives. So it wasn't that we didn't have it, is that they made sure to tamper. On top of lying and stealing. It's really not hard. You would be upset too if you knew that something big and major was left to you and your children. And that somebody decided to keep that from you, and dare I say, even to try to harm you and incapacitate you and your children for the ultimate cover-up. You would be upset too. If people were then offered the very monies that was supposed to be yours and your children's to terrorize you and your children, you would be upset too. You would also be upset, as I said, if individuals were continuing to interfere with your life as you move on and attempt to make lemonade out of lemons. This don't have nothing to do with that. Feminists don't give no fine fucks. This ain't got shit to do with none of that. Feminists don't want nothing that don't want it. This needs to be understood. They don't want anything that doesn't belong to them. They don't want any relationships that don't want them. They don't want any opportunities that they have not co-created organically, authentically, and sincerely. You would be upset too if people were trying to play God in your life in the background. And you certainly will be upset if somebody was taking advantage and hurting innocent life or your children or disabled people for hire, for money. And for vengeance, you would be upset too. Now let's get back to the end of this. People are so ignorant. It's irking. It is. It's irking the level of smart dumbness. Because like you smart, but you dumb. Shit. Because you don't see this as a whole black widow. You smart, but you dumb. That's their MO. Basically, what they're telling people is their MO. Their accusations are confessions. That's them. Which is why they have to steal in the first place. Which is why they're always meddling, lying, and stealing. Which is why they got to cast spells on everybody for them to like them. Yeah, I said that because it's the truth. Including the ones they marry. Yeah, so that's true of them. Okay, collective. Your guidance and advice is going to possibly be the same as it's been. You continue as you've been. You know, that's you can't do nothing for folks. You can't help folks. You can't help folks. Look at you. There it is. Oh, they're a thief. Look at that. It says the thief. This person is possibly the thief, seizing the moment's selfishness, and the communicator, confidence, the orator, and then the enchanter, the deception and the trickery. Okay. The trickery, the head game. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Oh, then I have the warrior here's at the bottom of the deck of people trying to burn you out. Trickery. Okay, I think you know about this. You might be being guided to dance more. Take your actions and dance. Some of you there must be something to, why is that coming up? There must be something to y'all's dancing if you likes to dance. Look at that infinity though woven in there. Yeah. Oh, that could be how you get your strength. Yeah. This could be maybe a part of how that gets you out your head. It gets you into your body. Because you're the champion. Achievement and downfall. You're bringing them down. You're bringing them down. He's still stupid to be in here. Planet my energy. Special needs. Short yellow bus. Hee hee. Your magic is in dancing for some of you because I just saw the card about feminist magic. That's why these people will be all upset. Have you ever wondered why people be so upset when you having fun? It's like, why are they so upset? Why they don't want nobody? Okay, you are going to speak something about this. It says, feminine knows how to communicate in a healthy manner about the thief. Okay. Communicating about the thief. Okay. Okay, next one. Communication, the orator, something about masculine and all these karmics that are playing each other. You know about it. Enchanter, deception, trickery. Okay, people that's trying to fuck with you so that you won't take care of yourself or your children because it's causing them karmic strife. So that's what this deception and trickery is also. Because they're bothered by that. They don't care about you being upset. They don't care. They're bothered by you just pouring into yourself, and maybe a part of that is you like to dance. You know, it connects you to your body. It gets you out your head. You have a good time. And there could be, for some of y'all, it's alchemy, and it may be helping others too. It says, the scapegoat has escaped them some bitches. Them some bitches for good. Yeah, you're going to be fine. You and your children getting through this deception and trickery here. These spells, these distorted wizards and sorcerers and fake apologies. You can read now. You done been through too many things to not know the difference. Okay? Fake apology. They better not come at me. They better come on some get right. They're gonna get hurt. Gonna get hurt. Gonna get hurt. Monitoring the little weirdo. Gonna get got. Gonna get got. I'm just kidding. I'm coming. You better have my money, bitch. Better have my money. I want my money, bitch. Better go get one of your Johns. Better go get one of your Johns or Jeanettes. But I want my shiznit. Okay, so what is the encouraging message for the collective here? Wrap her up. First column. Boom, nigga. Defense is coming out. Your communication is on tilt. Defending yourself about these thieves. Seven of Wands, standing up for yourself and your beliefs, having confidence, challenging those who are in power. But you're also going to be choosing your battles wisely. Yeah, because some stuff is simply meant to distract. Okay? There's protection. There's defense here about this thief. This is going to be coming out clearly because it has feminine is communicating something clearly. Who's been attacking you, standing up for yourself, stealing. Okay, a new beginning is coming here because they don't want you to get this new beginning. So it could be communication coming through what people were doing because they don't want you to have this. They're trying to stop it. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles is coming in the reverse, clarifying this second column with the communication, confidence, and the masculines, karmics, baby mamas, all plotting, cheating, a divorce. Games. What they did for insurance money. Ten of Pentacles reverse. Five of Pentacles in the upright. Interesting. Yeah, this betrayal is over. Pulling them swords out. Ten of Swords. And reverse. You're being mindful of tricks. You'll know. You'll know. You will know. And there you are, Empress in the upright. Yeah, these people want you to give up. A part of this was, deception and trickery to get you exhausted, to get you to give up, to get you to not have confidence in yourself here. And so you'll know if people are coming in on some bullshit. Here this hoe. I'm like, where's she at? Queen of Wands reverse. This trickery that they have done to cause you to compromise your protection, because that's what this was. This was them, these people who you had cut off and walked away from. What this has been is them infiltrating to compromise your protection because they could not. They couldn't get to you. Okay, Empress. These dark witches here. Queen of Wands reverse. Ace of Pentacles. To bring in a tower. Clarify this one for me. Okay, look at this immaturity. Page of Cups. Yeah. This is exposed. This is exposed. This is going to be clear and exposed. Two of Swords in the reverse. What they were doing when they were trying to compromise your protection, because then you wouldn't have no choice. So basically, it's why they infiltrated all that. Because like, well, they've infiltrated your space. Okay. 3+ people here. The Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is going to turn in your favor, but them asking people to do shit for fortune is fencing to fuck somebody up real bad. And if any of these motherfuckers try to come up to you on some bullshit, they might die and shit. 6 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. For some of you, you got people that's going to come and help you. Okay, the good news is that there's people who know possibly what these nasty hoes did to try to compromise your own protection. Because if you get a cult, you done hired a cult, you get a whole apartment complex damn near, you know what I'm saying? You get the corrupt cops and all of the corruption in the land. So there's some energy that could love you, and they're coming in here because they can see, they see clearly what these hoes, these trash bags have been doing. It's clear. Yeah, you're not going to have to worry. I got 4 of Pentacles coming in the reverse. Yeah, they wanted to stop your resources here. They didn't want you to have. So they were infiltrating government, shit, everything. Ooh. Managing your resources wisely. Give and receive emotion, money, time, smart business decisions. Yeah, people don't have power and control over you, or won't be able to. They wanted you to lose everything, or create a situation where you had to, they were paying people to create that situation. Okay. People are going to either be forced to walk away, or there's some energy, like I said, coming in to co-create you, turning the wheel in your favor so that you, because that's some sicko. This is sicko. This is some sicko shit. This is some sicko shit. Ooh, let me hire some degenerates in the state, bitch. They also are just flesh suits. They're, humans without a conscience. Yeah. Things are going to be made right and balanced out for you. 10 of Cups is in the upright. Because somebody see that this is your family. They might know that you're dealing with somebody that's disabled. They're in a wheelchair here. that they're trying to disable you. Or took something from someone that is disabled for their own happiness. And this is about to be rectified here, Six of Pentacles. Yes, Seven of Pentacles. Investments. Yeah, that people was just basically trying to trap you. Yep. Taking opportunities from you. Got Four of Cups in the reverse. You're not feeling that way. You're expecting, you're taking advantage of, to the best of your ability here. Investing in yourself and in your happiness. This has brought in a shock about how gifted you are. Seven of Pentacles to the Ace. Eight of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is like development. Somebody's going to be coming in to work with you. You may be about to get a new job offer with this Tower and Ace of Wands. Because somebody can see like these people have really been trying to like burden this lady. They have been investing in this. This was all a plot and a plan. This deception and trickery here. The justice will be served. It's in the upright. And if people come in on fake shit, let's just say they ain't seen suffering yet.